YouTube. Hey, everybody, what's going on? Quick thought that I wanted to shoot to you guys. For you parents out here, issuing a disclaimer straight away. I do not have children. I am not a parent, but I do have children that I love near and dear to my heart. They call me auntie. And there are some other children that aren't related to me by blood, but I still love to death anyway. My message is this. Some of you parents need to stop raising your children as if they live on the Disney Channel. Life is very real out here. Things they're going to encounter are very real. I want you to stop raising your children like they live in a bubble, or like if I love you to death, nothing bad will ever happen to you. You won't make any bad decisions. Wrong. I bring this up because I feel like in the quest to raise children, sometimes what some parents do not do is they don't allow themselves to remember that at one point they were a child. They did questionable things. They said questionable things. They did stuff to make their parents want to yank their hair out by the root. And life wasn't all peaches and cream and mistake free. I understand you may not necessarily want your child to go through life and make the same mistakes you did and take as long to learn as you. They're human. They're human. Children go through this funny area of life. They get through this funny space and time from about the age of 12 to 24. Nothing about your child is going to make sense. Nothing. They're going to do some very strange and funny things. I did. So I did some stupid stuff. You have to remember, you didn't wake up mature. You didn't wake up grown. You didn't wake up full of knowledge. You're going to hit your head along the way. You're going to. There's some things you're not going to be able to fight through like you would hope, like other influences. You have to have a realistic view about what raising your child is going to be all about. When I was about 9 years old, I remember I went to my mom and I asked her if she wanted to be my friend. My mom took about a 10-15 second pause and she looked me square in my face and was like, no. At 9 years old, I'm like, I like you. I think you like me. Why you don't want to be my friend? My mom looked me dead in my face and was like, until you become of legal consenting age, you are not my friend. You are my liability and my responsibility. I'm held accountable for what you do. I'm held accountable for what happens to you. I do not take care of my friends like that. So I'm not taking care of you as if you are my friend. So until you can grow up and handle your own business and I don't have to be held accountable for what happens to you, you're not my friend. So when I grew up, me and my mom's relationship changed to more of an adult situation, but she never let me get confused. She let it be known like, hey, I'm still the mom here. We're both grown, but I'm still your mother. There was always that respect there. But what my mom did in that instance was she broke it down to me so I could understand. Hey, I don't want to be your friend, but here's why. My mom made herself relatable. She wasn't trying to be my buddy, but she wanted me to understand why this answer is what it is. She never tried to be our friend, but she was always relatable. On the other hand, I had my dad. My dad to this day, you can't tell him we're not homies. Like, out of the two, I have the most discipline. It is a very strange thing, but it is what it is. I love him to death. My dad just raised me differently. My dad did things differently from my mom. I had two parents on two totally different sides of the spectrum, but I learned to love and respect both ends. So what happened with having your parents like that, you kind of learn to do things within that safe middle ground. Some of you parents have to learn how to do that. You have to. You just have to. You can't always shield your children from harm, shield your children from danger. Loving them to death isn't going to stop foolish stuff from happening. It's not. Some of the most well-kept, guarded children grow up to be some of the most menacing, mistake-filled people on the planet. They're going to do stuff that is not going to make sense. You cannot shield them from life. You can't do it. Some of you children have to understand your parents are nuts. Some of you parents have to understand your kids are going to do stupid things. You cannot love life away from them. You can't. You have to learn that things are going to happen. Things out of your control are going to take place. But you have to learn to roll with the punches and go with the flow. Because trying to do things in an unrealistic manner, you're going to get an unexpected, unrealistic result. Learn to meet your children where they're at. They're not going to wake up and be some grown, mature adult. They're not. You didn't wake up that way. Some of us had some of the best parents. Some of us, not so much. Some of us had to really go through a whole bunch of dumb stuff before we learned how to get our life together because we didn't have better examples. But you have to learn to meet your child where they're at. Don't try to come at your child on a level where you're at because they're not there. The message is going to get lost in the sauce. It's just going to come off very weird. Learn to be realistic. That's it. Thanks.